Hey guys, I hope that everybody's having an absolutely wonderful day and welcome back to the channel. Let's play some more Victoria 2 as the United States of America. We are currently embroiled in a not so bloody war currently, but a war nonetheless with the Mexicans. And we are going to try to push, Chile has joined us, we are trying to push our claims to the entirety of our continent, basically. So right now, our economy is solid, rock solid, actually. We are continuing to push. Make sure that our factories that are open are doing okay. These guys are heading over here. San Antonio, huh? What is the terrain over here? Steppe? So there's no defensive bonus for them. So let's actually see here. Let's get these guys from Fort Parker down to Austin. They will be there on the 11th of December. We will definitely be able to get there in time. If we were to head up here, they would get there on the 1st of December. So what I want to happen here is those guys to get in there, and we are going to gank them hard. So in Victoria, you cannot... No. Get these guys... Let's have these guys here since they're already here. They only have a 3-stack out there, so I'm not really too worried about going out there and taking a bunch of attrition if I don't need to. So these guys will get there. The way that it works in Victoria 2 is if you go 2 days before, if you wait until the day before, they're essentially locked in. So these guys will get up there. Those guys will be there on the 17th, and I could reinforce on the 19th, which is great. Should be a very solid, convincing win for us, as you can see here. Combat, very much like EU4. We actually have a superior general here with Cyrus Rhodes leading. We take a river crossing. That's okay, because we have a +3. Their morale is falling. Their units are absolutely getting destroyed. The Battle of San Antonio, a resounding victory for America. You can see he gained 1.3 war exhaustion, and we gained 0.15. So Mariano Arista retreats back into Mexico, licking his wounds. Let's split our guys up because we don't want to be taking a bunch of attrition, which I assume we are right now. Maybe. Oh, no, we're not actually. That's some good supply limit, huh? Good thing I took that tech. All right, so let's have these guys head over there and have these guys head down south. We need to siege down as much of this as possible. It looks like they are marching some more men over here, but I think we're okay for now. The liberals are still gaining a foothold here politically. We're up over 20 research points now, which is really good for us. There we go. Oh, I did not even realize we were cutting these guys off in the pass. Well, there you go. We followed up on him and we actually wiped his army. Well, I'll be damned. All right, so we do not want you guys there. This is... The rebel suppression is funky if you're in enemy territory. So that's only 24. So I would prefer to not do that. Let's get those guys over... Yeah, they're going to take a little bit of attrition. I think that's okay. Let's have them head down here to Santa Fe. And essentially... Peru and Ecuador, huh? Peru, let's increase opinion with them. See how they're feeling about other people. Neutral with us and everybody else. Ecuador will now get sphered, which is good. Nobody we're working with except for Venezuela is being influenced by anybody. I am okay with kind of letting this tick up just slowly, and we will ban their embassy when the time comes. If you want to take a look at wars, you take a look here, the Spanish-American War, or the Mexican-American War. How many times am I going to call that? To acquire all cores from Mexico. As you can see here, we are at 5% because we are occupying some of his clay. He is at 6 war exhaustion. We are at 0. So obviously we have him occupied a bit. So things are going well for us. The hussars in our units are quite helpful. The supply limit is 12. Really? Really? Why is it only 12? Yikes. All right, well, let's only send half the army over there then. We'll send our hussar over here. This force... Oh, man, this is bad. This one's 39. This one's 30. Okay, so, like, these guys are okay over here. They're just going to be taking a little bit because we're in hostile territory. They're starting to march their men up here. They're sieging down Oregon. I am pretty much willing to sacrifice Oregon if it means that I can... make some very, very quick occupations over here. So force limit is 30 over here, so these guys are good to go. This one is 30. This one is also 30. So let's come over here and siege down that. And as you can see, we're up to 8%. If we want to enforce our demands here, you go to Mexico and we can enforce our demands, but we need 42 war score. That's what our war goal is. So this is 30. So these guys are going to take a while because it scales up based on the size of your army. So let's go to our Tennessee pop past North Carolina and pops. Interesting. Military spending is maxed out, which essentially is what that's doing is that's saying it's recruiting. Southern manorialism, I guess, the land of cavaliers and cotton fields called the Old South. Here is pretty world. Gallantry took its last bow. Here was the last ever to be seen of the knights and their ladies fair, the sisters and the slave. Look for it only in books. All right, very good. Of master and slave. So what this does is gives us in favor of slavery or conservative or lose consciousness. I don't really know what the difference is to this one. Okay, that's fine, whatever. So it looks like these guys are starting to make some progress up here in Oregon. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use these guys to get over there. We have the force limit to get up there. Or not the force limit, the supply limit, that is. So this one here is 24. It's high enough that I'm willing to do it. What I'm doing is I'm marching down here to Mexico City. Obviously, once we occupy his capital, he's going to be a lot less willing to do this. So Donald Benton here has 10% speed, so that's really useful for us. We don't want to lose too many men to attrition. Very good. Veracruz. Ecuador wants alliance. That's fine. I'll ally Ecuador. Our sphere is looking good. We're going to add Peru soon, which is good. We should probably start working on Bolivia, but I'll worry about Peru first. Let's see here. These armies are still making good progress. Supply limit at 24. I'm going to pinch these guys here and see if I can beat them up. Oh, better yet. This is awesome. Where are you guys heading? They're not heading anywhere. Yikes. I might be able to attack these guys here. Get those guys out to Boise. Brazil wants an alliance. I will ally Brazil because Brazil is strong. See, Brazil over here is 29, 40, 52, 59, 24. So Chile and Chile is actually above Brazil. That's kind of funny. So I'm hoping I can get... Oh, those guys are heading to the Mojave. So they'll be there on the 12th. So I think I'll be able to win this siege before then. Yeah, definitely. So then what I do here, this is a little cheeky. You come over here and you say, hey, I'm going to the Mojave. Looks like they... Even if I get there before them? Really? This is not defensive, right? Yeah. So that wouldn't make sense for me to attack them there. So it looks like I'm going to have to attack them in the Mojave. So let's head on down that way. They have rebels. Good for us. Let's get these guys over here to start occupying their clay. See how slow this one is without the hussar? Noticeably slower. Ninth of August. This is good. So these guys will be down there. We'll arrive in Mojave on the 22nd of August. So that's not going to happen. But if I get these guys down there before the 9th, then they will battle it out. And they'll reinforce. This is fine. Quarantine the province in cholera or not? Population growth or population growth for consciousness and a little bit of militancy. Decrease is fine. Okay. Make sure that we are coming over here. Get on Mexico City. Take a look. His war exhaustion is up to 59, whereas ours is at 2. So you can see we're handling this war pretty well. We're up to 17 war score. But I have a feeling that as we take over his capital, it's going to get a lot better for us. Union busting. So either bust the red light the practices. All capitalists gain militancy and consciousness. Capitalists lose military and consciousness. Or bust the unions, which gives us militancy but gains consciousness. Poor strata in the United States. Non-socialists allowed. Political reform, huh? Non-socialist allowed. What is that? Immigrant attraction. Non-socialist unions. No, that doesn't sound good. I think I'll greenlight the practices. That's fine. This battle should go well for us. Looks like we're actually getting beat up on. We have a better general as well, so we'll reinforce. Oh yeah, that's a win for us. So these guys are fleeing up here to Carson City, Nevada. So let's get our boys up there and hopefully catch them. The reason why I'm sending both my armies up there is to make sure that we wipe them out as quickly as possible. Gaining some morale and mill tactics is really good for us. I will go with functionalism. That will continue to get our education up. Education is the backbone of our nation here. Those guys are going to get there on the 19th. So we got there way before them. So I don't even need to bring my other army up there because those guys are going to attack me up here. Oh, yeah. They might even get wiped out. Very good. Oh, my gosh. They're getting absolutely destroyed. So, yeah, we need to be aware. This supply is not very good out here. Mexico is offering me peace, and we will acquire all cores from them. I will accept this peace. So, we have embraced peace from Mexico, and we now have our borders down here. And these are, well, minus Washington, are the modern-day borders of the United States. I think there's some border disputes up here. No, I think we resolved that already. So just this one. So we can return the lands that we took that is not our cores, which is this land here, or we can keep it because screw them. That's why. The Treaty of Guadalupe, Hidalgo. We can click that one. Where's that at? Right here. Victory enough. So it will cost us 100,000, which we have. We'll be able to force them in a negotiating table in order to discuss their surrounding of all claims to land north of the Rio Grande in exchange for a fair price, of course. I don't think I'm going to do that. If I'm under the impression that I will lose that clay, but I might be wrong. I'm not entirely sure, but you can see. Turn that down just a bit, and there we go. Get our armies grouped up. Just kind of keep them. Maybe it would be in our best interest to get them sort of in a location that makes a bit more sense for civil war. Let's get one over to like Cincinnati. Let's get one over to like Chicago. These guys here in Texas will, I'm just getting them over here to San Antonio or El Paso to get them grouped up, since they're the only group that was split. And we'll have them head over to like Pittsburgh. And I think we can go back up to speed 5. A very solid win for us. And all of these guys instantly were given statehood with no slavery, of course. So now let's take a look at how the Confederate States are looking. Virginia, not North Carolina. South Carolina, Georgia, or not Georgia. Who's this? Alabama. Alabama and what? Mississippi. Derp. Louisiana, not Arkansas. Texas is not. We're good. Oklahoma is not. Missouri is not. Kentucky and Tennessee, neither are. So we're looking really good so far. We're looking quite good. We have very high consciousness as well. So economy is going up. Liberals still gaining a bit of power. Conservative Party rocked by a scandal. That's fine. I don't particularly care. Plurality goes down a bit. The Corwin Amendment. Tensions over slavery are about to reach a boiling point, huh? So we just click this button and we lose some pop consciousness. That's good. I should have passed the reform first. All capitalists gain militancy and consciousness. That's fine. We hardly have any. Civil violence. A high militancy of Santa Fe, New Mexico, have erupted into a statewide emergency. A violent fighting and looting breaks out in the streets. Sounds familiar to me as an American. The situation threatens to turn into a massacre unless something is done soon. Colonial police are standing by, ready to intervene and attempt to restore order, but are holding back pending detailed instructions from the governor. Population changed by 50 or... I don't particularly mind. The population of New Mexico is quite small. Yeah, it's literally like 5,000 people. Peru can now be increased again, which is good. What I was going to do over here in Venezuela was to kick out Britain, but they are not working with them anymore, so this is good. So let's take a look at our political situation, because I would like to try to hopefully switch over. Interventionalism is really good for us. So I reckon it might be in our best interest to maybe sway a bit of our pops over here towards a more liberal agenda. See if we can get the Whigs in power. I don't know exactly how this works. I don't know if it actually affects outcomes of elections, but let's do it. Why not? All right. Prestige and research points. Sounds good. The Smithsonian. Thank you very much. Consciousness is really high right now. Going up almost 0.1 a month as well. That's crazy. Nevada. Do they say the same thing? Okay. I think they'll say the same thing. All right. Education efficiency is good. Morale is great. Political reform desire. I don't know exactly what that does. Let's get some railroad upgrades. Railroads are going to help us out in the long term. Looking very good. So we have low tax, but decently high tariffs. 25% is a bit more than what I would usually do, honestly. Let's lower those guys down. Do we have any revolt risk? We have a little bit, so I'll keep it not at 0. Budget here. Yeah, I think keeping it at like 40 is fine. So what we're doing here is we are raising... I don't know what this number means. Party loyalty towards liberal. So, what does this say? Georgia has joined the Confederacy. And New Mexico has political violence again. Unfortunately. The militancy keeps on going up and then going back down here. We have non-secret ballots, which will give less support to the ruling party, which is actually good for us. That's good. We want that because we want, oh, as you can see, the people's ideologies. Here we go. So the liberals have gained a bunch of power, and whenever the election rolls around, we very well may see a swing in who gets elected. These are good things. Continuing to push for the liberal agenda might be what brings us civil war, so we can kind of get that over with. Abolishment of slavery is an essential thing. It is the right thing to do, right? Gold! I love gold! San Diego. Santiago. A whale's vagina. It's a reference to Anchorman, if anybody's familiar with American pop culture. So, life rating of 50%, immigration attraction of 300. Yes, so as you can see here, San Diego is about to get a very rotten boroughs. LA also getting it. Max Railroad. Very good. Let's get some coal. We need to get our economy up, so keep on getting that up. So this population should be growing. I don't really see it growing, but as you can see, our population is going up quite a bit as right now. Migration map mode, you can see we are gaining quite a few pops from Sicily, the UK, a couple of places over there. These are all good things. As you can see, the cultural map mode is mostly Yankee now. The Native American populations are mostly assimilating, and you can see Afro-American is almost outnumbering the Dixies in the South now, which is crazy. Isn't that nuts to think about? Our budget is very much balanced right now, so we can turn up our admin. John Joseph Hughes. All states will gain a consciousness or whatever. Sounds good. We're doing good. Free people. Wait a minute. What? Nitroglycerin. We have gained the Free People CB against the UK. What? I'm not going to attack the UK. I'll kick my butt. American Liberia. Ooh. A bitter rain in Liberia, huh? Dry spell. Or we can help them. They gain consciousness in militancy. Hopefully they don't have rebels. Is that a 4% chance of an uprising? That's kind of my understanding of it, but I might be wrong. Our population is going up very quickly. We are starting an election. I am really hoping that we could push for a Whigs win in this election, because I'd like to get interventionism so I can start investing our federal money into let's get our artillery. Let's start upgrading our army a bit as well. I would really like to start investing our income into our economy. Now we have Peru into our sphere of influence, which is good. We should start working on Bolivia. The Apache Wars, huh? Native American miner gain 8 militancy in New Mexico. Goodness. So decrease Peru because nobody else is over there. These guys are all at 100. We want interventionalism, so we will go with interventionalism. And as you can see here, Peru wants an alliance. That's fine. I will ally Peru. The people's ideologies are mostly there. So what does this say here? Interventionalism again. We want to get as much liberal support as possible. Looks like the conservatives will still win this election, but we'll see. Mobilization impact. I'm not really big. Oh my gosh, what is this? Population growth. Look at this. The UK, what is going on with you guys? They're losing 9,300? Holy crap, that's crazy, man. The Democratic Party is still ruling by 5%. They won. All right, the colony of Liberia. So we can release them. We can play as them. Long live Liberia. Liberia. Did I say Iberia? Or we can pay off their debts and keep them. I think I will just give them independence because I don't want them. I will ally them. That's fine. Because they're in my sphere of influence, which is fine with me. That's good. So it looks like the Netherlands is not in a sphere of influence, but Prussia has taken Hanover and Schleswig-Holstein. All right. And they have Saxony as well. Interesting. And Bavaria has lost... Austria has lost Bavaria. And Austria is in a restoration of order for Hungary. Annex Hungary. Interesting. Okay. The Murid War in Russia against the Caucasian Imamate. Like over here. Transcaucasia. Caucasian Imamate. Interesting. Admittedly, not very familiar with much of the, political goings-ons, geopolitical stuff of this era. So I'm always interested to learn. So anybody, if you have anything interesting, make sure you leave your comments. Let me know. Historical facts. I love reading that stuff. Jacobin rebels in Mexico. So it looks like Mexico is not going to be a presidential dictatorship for long, if I had to guess. Bolivia can have our relations improved, and I shall. Very good. California wants to be a state. I can't believe that they're not already. Everybody else over here is, right? No, they're not actually. They're colonial provinces. Interesting. So yes, how... Bloody reactionaries. Unraveling reform, huh? Poor strata in the United States gain consciousness and lose militancy. Or everybody gains militancy. No minimum wage. Do we have a minimum wage? I think I would like to keep the minimum wage. We want as much population growth as possible. I cannot believe this. Look at this. We're gaining 7,500 immigrants right now per day. 7,000 from the UK. That's nuts. Oof. All right. Well, I think that's a good place to call it for this episode. I hope you guys are enjoying. If you are, make sure you show your support. Leave a like. It helps us out a ton. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. And when you do subscribe, ding the bell so you get notifications when we upload new videos. If you want to join the Discord, you also send pings out on there. And it's also just a cool place to hang out. Lots of fun stuff going on over there. Also, check out my Twitter, linked in the description below. And if you would like to support me, I do have a Patreon, also linked in the description below the video. That's all I got for you for today, though. This is Chewyshoot, and I will catch you guys later. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Big special thanks to my top Mace supporters on Patreon: Drunk Binary, Bloodbound, Mr. McFlu, DeVos Sander, Angelic, Bouncer Steve, Sprocket, Batman on Deck, M. Dressel, R. Lawrence, Tharup, The J Baller, Blonde Damon, Jacko or Harvest, Corbett, Shankopotamus, T. Jarden, A. Vickman, Barking Glad, Natsuki, Harry, A. Murata, J. Cutchell, N. Winkler, RJ Pilot, Stolier, and many more.